beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me, and my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wildin' out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go.
It's week 12 of the 2022 season, and the spotlight is on Najee Harris. He was an unstoppable force last week with well over 200 yards. It's the Steelers and the Colts on Monday night.
These folks in the Circle City, they love their Colts, and they have packed the house tonight as we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Tonight, we write a finish to Week 12 with a good Monday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here for a high-profile NFL contest, especially in terms of the ground games, Charles. I mean, we should be in for a heavy dose of running the ball this week. You've got the top rushing attack in the NFL against another top 5 rushing attack in the National Football League.
And if you like two teams that just love to run the football to drive their offenses, you've come to the right place because we've got a nice old-school battle of wills in the trenches in this one.
Is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. As Indy's offense takes the field for the first time, we take a look at Matt Ryan, top 10 all-time in passing yards, playing his first career season outside of Atlanta.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Throwing Ryan to start out. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox. Finding space at the 40. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the shotgun, Ryan. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this big ambitious that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. T.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the gun, it's Taylor. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now it's Ryan. Catch made here by Campbell. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
They turn to Taylor on 4th. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Back to Taylor on 1st down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. He was creeping up toward 200 yards, thought he was going to get there, didn't quite make it, but also 2 rushing touchdowns.
And even if he only got about half those numbers this week, his team would take it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Because last week, he was spectacular.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Blankenship's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. A pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Now we get our first look at the hometown kid, rookie Kenny Pickett from the University of Pittsburgh, as he leads the Steeler offense out for their first possession.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at the 33-yard line. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. There was no answer for him defensively. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns to boot.
And that was a fun film to watch because a few of those runs, it was apparent he was just not going to be denied. And his team is hoping that that carries over to this week as well.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The Steelers at 9-1 on the year. And they coming off their very first loss in the season, suffered a week ago. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. After the interception, here's Ryan. Over the middle, complete. It's Campbell. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. 2nd and 2. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Ryan. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. T.J. Watt. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Eluded, and he's going to go down again. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. So Ryan heads to the sideline, and out now is Rodrigo Blankenship for the Indianapolis field goal try. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. Blankenship's kick is good, and that will make it 6-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. They find themselves down here after an interception on their opening drive led to a field goal. But all in all, you'd have to say fortunate to be only down 6.
Yeah, and you know how teams huddle on the sideline before they come out on the field in between series? Guaranteed what's said there is, guess what, guys? We take this ball, move it downfield, put in the end zone, we're right back to even.
2 yards, the loss, 2nd and 12. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. On 1st down, Ryan hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. And that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Taylor is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to run with Taylor. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll try and run. Taylor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Kenny Pickett and the Steelers ready to work once again. And he's been off target here early on. 2 drives, 2 interceptions. They'll look to snap that streak here as they start 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Harris. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Brandon, after last week, we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Pickett. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
Has absolutely been the definition of a start. Yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group. And sometimes that loss, get us off your back, you can move forward from there.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. On second down, this is Harris. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. A first throw for the backup Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan.
Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Found a little room there as he's out to about the 37.
50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run once more with Taylor. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 3. Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action. Trubisky. He finds Pickens over the middle. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards it.
And he's got it to about the 40.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. They lost 2, and it brings up 4. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So here are the Colts to take over. They were losers to Philadelphia a week ago. Now they find themselves in the lead as they start this drive. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Again, it's Taylor. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
62 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in his first half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Ryan. Campbell making the catch. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
A give for Taylor running right side.
Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Ryan. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. Ryan. He'll get this one to Pittman. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing again, Ryan. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. T.J. Watt in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
66 yards on the ground for him so far.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Trubisky.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Rodney McLeod.
And the Colts are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Here's Ryan. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 2nd and 10, Ryan.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 3rd and 1, Ryan. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt, make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Here's Austin. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was the Panthers who were able to come away with the home victory. Baker Mayfield, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Dak Prescott leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis.
and they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Kirk Cousins strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Steelers in that first half. And they did have some success running the football in those first two quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Colts, we take a look there at the numbers for them running the football in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. There's some space here. Shoves him away. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. Give him 42 yards on the ground.
So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Now a 3rd down throw and misses the target, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley-Cox.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Ryan to throw.
This will be swung out wide for Taylor. Got a nice job of break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now it's Ryan. And this one is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. 1st and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers.
At their own 18.
Harris will start the drive out.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Trubisky will throw.
Pickens on the slant.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a 1st down. They go play action with Trubisky.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
He gets it complete to Harris. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They hand this off to Harris.
He's got the first down and more. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Touchdown!
Najee Harris
With his 16th touchdown of the year.
And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It is true, the lead cut to 10, 23-13. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told.
And it was finished off by a Najee Harris touchdown.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it will come out to the 25. Indy set to go on offense once more. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Ryan.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Ryan. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
T.J. Watt, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over.
He threw his 10th touchdown on the year last time they had it, and he'll look to keep it going here with a 1st and 10. 1st and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers.
At the 31-yard line. Play action. Now Trubisky. Flushed out right. It's brought in by Harris. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Now Harris. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. This offense in desperate desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play. Here's Harris.
They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They'll run. Here's Harris. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Play action. It's Trubisky. He'll buy some time right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
They go play action. Trubisky. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
The Steelers picking up 15 yards there on a first down. They'll run with Harris. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Harris.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. This is Harris. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Harris. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
On second down, this is Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
And the Steelers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told.
And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
And the Colts coming out now.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
Now Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Campbell. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Ryan.
He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
And the Steelers are right back in this football game.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
This is Harris.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. First down, and they go back to Harris. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They run again with Harris.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Harris running straight ahead.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They run with Harris.
A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll give to Harris. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Boswell's kick is good, and in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hole, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
And the Colts getting ready to go.
And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw.
Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Ryan's throw into the hands of Pittman here.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted.
Levi Wallace with a pick.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Loss of a yard brings up second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Here's Ryan.
Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley Cox, the tight end.
So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 8 now.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, Ryan.
Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley Cox, complete.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
That's good for our Colts. 1st and 10.
Ryan. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
1st and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers.
At their own 19-yard line.
Harris will start the drive out.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. He finds his man. Complete. That's Harris. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now it's Trubisky.
Finding Harris on back-to-back plays.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. From just shy of midfield, Trubisky.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Yeah, this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out. You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
It's second and inches at the 13-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Ryan to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2. The 36-yard line.
They go play action with Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Cameron Sutton
In there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now it's Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a 1st down carry for Harris.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now here's another carry for Harris. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. On the give, this is Harris. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. And there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now up to 14. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And in the end, it was Deontay Johnson's touchdown catch to cap the drive.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
So Matt Ryan of the offense, down by 2 touchdowns, 1:40 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
He'll get this one complete there to Pittman.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. Now it's Ryan. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
It's second down and 10.
To throw again on second down, Ryan. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Akella Witherspoon. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And Trubisky down to a knee, and that is all she wrote. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they will take a knee here. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Pittsburgh, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.